What good is melody? What good is music if it ain't possessing something sweet? It ain't the melody, it ain't the music. There's something else that makes the tune complete.
It's the vocable troop with the inside scoop. Inside the loop, going in circles around you like hula hoop. But not a toy, the real McCoy, a B-boy from the dust. Not fragile, but drop me on the stage and I'll bust. Gather to the front, pick up a chunk of the funk, but use your legs, cause the weight I place upon mics will leave you in a brace with damaged vertebrae and backaches. Can't say I never told you, but all you did was scorn at the title of the album. Therefore use caution, and seldom will you approach. I'll light you with my comments and smoke you like a roach. Inhale and exhale as I tip the scale and prevail. Stamp you like mail and send you away. Come with me as we journey through this beat like a conduit, leaving your entire being wet as I introspect my intimate feeling toward hip-hop's anatomy. When dressed in its true form, I'm taken by its totality. I become one with the beat when I deep sea into a realm of thought caught often when I meet myself in rhyme orbit. Time forfeits when I fall it with the moment at hand. In the grandstand, I'm on my pulpit. Who's the culprit for the crime of writing rhymes? I've been sentenced by Christ to be confined behind blue lines. The pliable poet's feasible to be hip-hop's parable, audible in the listener stereo. Quest on the mic, on this quest for greater freedom in life, bringing light to the dark parts of an art that has endured and outlasted every fad that is past it. And to those who pose, I pick up a verbal stone and I cast it. Don't mess with me or the rest of my crew, cause if you do, you'll be crushed under the weight of our words, heavy with truth. Be not mistaken, it's false perceptions that we're shaking, and we're taking back what has been stolen by the whack hip-hop. Hip pockets, we rock it hard and put it in your face. And yo, we put you in your places, we lace the track with pure fact-filled rap. If you can tap into what we're getting at, yo, we set your soul as the point of our attack. Dive into the depths of dialect, design a kiss rack, recline into Pilgrims renditions I so carefully dissect. Insert this in your memory for later dates to drop this into your selection of CDs you like to pop. Press play, lay back and enjoy the tracks. Pack your head with rhymes like my backpack, get you high like smack or crack before a fraction of the price and spice your need while rapping for Christ indeed. As I proceed on the beat to get loose and bruise the condenser mic of punchlines and 1-2s. Well, by now the escalation of your expectation would be appropriate, cause the time has come when we just begun with 3 underground associates to be saying we are diehards would not be far from accurate as we pose around a mental take and slap your brain, you're it. Creative content on some heavy invention, tighter than a tight wad under tension. Attention, did I mention that? We be your pilgrim cats, exiles in this Babylonian empire, dressed in the tie of kings and priests while we style while some wallow in shallow raps like paddling pools. We tread deep waters with the true sons and daughters, using battle tools to shatter crews who flatter with clutter. They flutter around with hollow sounds of chit chatter. 3 persons like the Trinity, setting the stage, spreading our influence like birdshot from the 12 gauge, with synergy and fertile thoughts from a page, engaging in the game with formative flows while you stay the same. You're missing the mark while we take aim and hit the bullseye with Elohim the Most High, supplying like some sort of distribution guy the music and complying with the lessons in our heart to school crews while we refuse to lose in life. We never beat around the bush, but on beats we like to push past the crud built up in the heads of some from what they heard last. Call us the cleanup crew, the few who have a clue about what to do with mics. We choose to use them like a broom. We sweep away the dust when we bust, and then we spit shine, leaving every listener feeling fine every time.
I take the pop rims out of joint with the points I make.
production is so raw, fat beats and all what? That's small. I'll put my soul on CD. I challenge you to keep your finger off the jog dial while even your stereo is moved from its place as it reads each file, finding each style and enlightening the lens as the surface spins at thousands of RPMs. But this, my friend, was written with you in mind, assuming it might open up your life so I can pour in mine. This might require you to rewind or program your player to repeat, allowing the law of repetition to speak. It would pay for you to be meek and take a seat, avoiding what you think, letting this sink, drowned by believing yet still breathing. Go wide and catch what I'm saying, then run it in. It's common sense, not to stand still in mid-play, where in fourth quarter you're losing and it's just about getting. Listen to the play, do it to the team, hit the showers and
from our heart to our heads, to our mouths, to the mic. Yo, we're packing the truth in every track we write. And to those who really listen as we do it all night, take it one step further, let the lyrics touch life. From our heart to our head, to our mouths, to the mic. Yo, we're packing the truth in every track we write. To those who really listen as we do it all night, take it one step further, let the lyrics touch life.
Take a step in my direction and correspond with the track. Move beyond the norm and through this reform rap. No need to try to reinvent the wheel, let's just go back. Hypocrisy was never meant to be laid on this culture's lap, though it is. I see an overflow of heads in this biz, busy bopping but never thinking of stopping, dropping what to doing and pursuing this. Missing the mark every time I spark a living letter to better with each endeavor and never going back, but one step further ahead. Written in red, acted upon and brought to new forms, leaving former high scorn as a rebirth of music, entertaining while changing paradigms and bearing minds. Wear around so your walk can be as big as your talk, rocking the boat to provoke change, getting you caught inside my vocal rage and letting words sink till they come out of your feet. At last we meet at the wavelength where I recite this and hope you catch the drift, or else this music is left lifeless.
From our heart to our head, to our mouths, to the mic, we're packing the truth in every track we write. To those who really listen as we do it all night, take it one step further, let the lyrics touch life. From our heart to our head, to our mouths, to the mic. Yo, we're packing the truth in every track we write. And to those who really listen as we do it all night, take it one step further, let the lyrics touch life. There's something within that can be touched by no man, yet when I let it out it can touch so many. Then again I grip my pen and my mic so very tight, open to write upon the souls of every life within my sight. But then I find the listening kind to be endangered, let alone those who will learn from a stranger, become a changer, and let my words make a difference. They be almost non-existent, instead I find my pearls will for swine, bringing resistance. The very essence of the purpose that birthed this song, the very reason this mic was breathed on, with life so strong, capable of seeing shackles destroyed, divine words that will not return void. Nah, they will forever be, and they will never leave you alone, let it be known. When sooner or later you come to, and you realize that the prophet's been among you. From our heart to our head, to our mouths, to the mic, we're packing the truth in every track we write. And to those who really listen as we do it all night, take it one step further, let the lyrics touch life. From our heart to our head, to our mouths, to the mic, we're packing the truth in every track we write. And to those who really listen as we do it all night, take it one step further, let the lyrics touch life. From our heart to our head, to our mouths, to the mic, we're packing the truth in every track we write. And to those who really listen as we do it all night, take it one step further, let the lyrics touch life. From our heart to our head, to our mouths, to the mic, we're packing the truth in every track we write. And to those who really listen as we do it all night, you'll take it one step further, let the lyrics touch life.
I bring the truth. 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 I bring the truth.
As a matter of fact, I rather feel like expressing myself now. And I could certainly use a release.
But I love that sound.
Say what?
It's not me, it's the God in me. I'm rapping so melodically.
I love that sound, don't you?
Most MCs can be like beauty, so I refuse to be. I set myself to soak into her pores and swim in her bloodstream and learn her anatomy. She feels my melody as I flow readily in each artery. My contribution is healing her wounds as I press in with these throbbing heartbeats. To the percussion of her pulse rate, my words operate, cutting like a scalpel through muscle tissue, wiping the sweat away from my forehead as I continue to deal with each issue. Vital signs proof she's been misused, hurt, abused, internal bleeding from pen wounds, from cruise with explicit tunes and a deficiency of troons. Infected liver from the liquor and bud she consumes. Sick to my stomach as my emotions run. I figure she may be finished, she may be doomed. As I pace back and forth in her right ventricle, viewing her critical condition, somewhat cynical for a moment, that I remember what I'm called to do. To play the part of the immune system, to remove the sickness and revitalize hip-hop with the poetic injection of the Pilgrims vaccination through sound. Hospitalization and patience integrated with this dunamis power and the voice of my conscience.
How's it look from where you stand? How's it look from where you stand?
My cup runs over the brim, a cascade of raps within. I slap my paper with my pen, my thinking caps on, as I embark upon a journey of rhyme flurries falling like rain, to soak inside this track laid and stained by his name. From every verse written to each beat laid, to each song played, to every album made, yo, I hope you catch the drift. I sift hip-hop to see what really sticks. See, it's been dressed with all sorts of garments, but none of them really fit. I'll be your freedom fighter, underground writer, real rap reciter, to see you adorned to the beauty of your art form. I'll take you in, deck you in, lavish you with content. I won't be around the bush, instead you'll know my intent. I'm bent toward long-term relationships, so every time I grip the mic, I'll consider you with every verse I spit. And you'll sit under the canopy of Christ with weighty open mics, returning to the source of your descent.
How's it look from where you stand? How's it look from where you stand? How's it look from where you stand? How's it look from where you stand?
Well, here I stand as a young man with pen in hand, firmly held, with just a couple of years under my belt, playing what I'm dealt, hoping my work is felt as I invest in every lyric, breaking sweat to see my skills excel. Cause I believe in language potential and its capacity for expression of my mental. And when all that lives within is just too much to keep down, I can release and let it live on tracks to speak to attentive crowds. If not building the beats, honing my flows, or rocking at shows, or mastering tracks back out my studio, I'll be hitting up the floor with a fresh style that's on my own, reaping the fruit of my efforts, all the seeds sown, watered by the perspiration flowing from my brow. I cultivate this part of my life within the season now. I treasure it, and so I choose to set myself apart from the cats with caps crooked like the perceptions of the art.
How's it look from where you stand? How's it look from where you stand?
It was straight out of oppression, a new day was born. We didn't have to sing them same old songs, a new tune, new road, new seeds to sow. And I knew it was sent from God as a gift to the globe, for souls to be intro to the word that became flesh, so fresh for the block to change. But of course, as man does, we perverted this blessing. Instead of speaking on life and grace, we chose Smith and Wesson. Death and corruption crept in man's blood, so hip-hop became whatever man's condition was. If we felt a little love, we wanted to share it. If there was a grip of pain, everyone had to bear it. Things haven't changed much. Man still molds this art form to conform for this trap of lust. But I love hip-hop. It raised me in Christ, and it gave me a word to share, witness of his light.
How's it look from where you stand? 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 extinction.
But open your mind, will I personify my intentions? You're the jumping up and down, the screaming out for your attention. Did I mention that I don't bust just for kicks? It's not the sound of the snare or the hat that make me tick. It's dropping fresh beats is the least of my concerns. When my spirit burns, the author of truth yearns to be learned. So I'm sending this out so you can hear it from my spirit. It's packaged in the form of a lyric stamped by my soul and transferred to my pen and my pad, where it's loaded on the track, delivered straight to your lap. But it's not easy to find those with desiring minds that would give other precious time to see the life within the lines of my songs. And like a pilgrim travels on, an opportunity missed is an opportunity gone. So hear me now, be found among the few and the proud, a true listener who catches the message clear and loud.
I've seen a catastrophe, rap without intelligent speech, no creativity, ears getting diseased ignorantly, profanity spoken so passionately to the vast devastation of this young generation of humanity. It's insanity, while the industry laughs and lines our pockets with cash. We stay content and ridicule presentations with poetic tongue lash as our sounds crash like thunder to divide asunder, making a clear distinction to prevent extinction of the genuine. Appraised by listening ears as a medicine, an antidote wrote and spoke to remove the cloak off this joke played on stage, and stereo speakers rolling down 8th, professional studios, digital audio tapes, giving me an earache as these fakes lay their takes upon takes, taking lives like homicide while we endeavor to save with symphonies of victory over the grave. Lyrically profound, getting down but uplifting if you're listening, breaking your hearing, hanging from your earring, scaling your earlobe, yelling, the reverb echoing in your canal. Don't be deceived, your conscience agrees, your will may reject me, but I don't quit that easily, hitting you with the fact as I rant and rave. My motivation is that you're a slave to whack material, which bars got you locked up in a cage. And they have a nice sound with a catchy beat, some scratching, tight rapping, talent that draws a dark picture for you and me, yet succeeds to be eye-catching, ear-catching, platinum selling, unobvious that it's life-threatening. I display true devotion when I flip notions on script. I'm moved with emotions way beyond lyrics and songs, fast break moves, hollow back scratches on tracks, practicing battling, doing shows, mastering flows. Let's go beyond that. Too frequently I see ears perk to their own herd, crowds gather to hear whack chatter while real data is being slept on. Take ear to what I'm saying, I'm breaking up hollow grounds and hollow sounds and swallow thousands who follow a sight for sorrow, hearing empty beats and seeing full seats, minds gripped like cleats, blind leading the blind and pleats. Take a good look in every nook and cranny, disease are running thick, listeners be drifting to and fro, no clue in what they doing, yo. Eardrums off all spent on mere amusement, so poetic pilgrims come with content and content to have yours met with relevant speech. We teach on tracks and scratch more than just surface, not like most rhymes that are rendered worthless.
You're the listener, but do you really listen? You're the listener, but do you really listen? Do you really listen? You're the listener, but do you really listen? Really listen? Do you really listen? You're the listener, but do you really listen? Do you really listen?
Capture the attention of the listener.
We flip the whip when we spit from the tip of our lips. Don't trip, mics rip with the slip of the tongue. Unsung, the ones who begun to round up the lost heads under the sun. Yo, we flick the whip when we spit from the tip of our lips. Don't trip, mics rip with the slip of the tongue. Unsung, the ones who begun to round up the lost heads under the sun. Howdy, now it be hot time for getting rowdy. The sun's hot as we rock, gathering stolen livestock, strays who graze in strange ranges, unaccustomed to changes brought by this three-man posse, sitting tall in the saddle, ready for battle. So rustlers beware as we prepare to take the reins in this game, leading the stampede towards a fertile plain, so these heads can feed on something more than weeds in our domain.
I slap the leather and fan the mic like stick shooter from the holster, shoot the gift like a pistol and turn the table on all the cats gabbling with my culture. Reveal the cards as I stand as the law in the saloon, arresting your attention till we get behind bars till the song is through. I let off rounds, I sample the smoke, reload and unload figures of speech like ammo as the reckoning unfolds. heading home, roping strays with each phrase as they graze pastures of whack tapes, catching heads in my loop and gathering them to the right place. My brain perched in the saddle, handy for showdown with bandits with bandanas covering the faces to look hard, but it's to hide their intimidation while I'm remaining on the rhythm like horseback, rattling the art to bring it back, calling a verse right off the sheet and
I
set
wiped
up
the sweat off my brow, it's time to style like I was from the old Wild West, slinging raps like cowboys slang straw hats, with my jaws packed like a tumbler as I tumble on this track, with each partner on my side rooting for me, so you best draw back. I'm shooting high, while you can call me a ballpoint slinger, I'm making points like an index finger to bring it to the spot we linger, while we strum songs like a singer with this real radio rap ringer, we're leaving legacies behind as your live pilgrim humdingers.
We flick the whip when we spit from the tip of our lips. Don't trip, mics rip with no slip of the tongue. Unsung, the ones who begun to round up the lost heads under the sun. Yo, we flick the whip when we spit from the tip of our lips. Don't trip, mics rip with no slip of the tongue. Unsung, the ones who begun to round up the lost heads under the sun. I'm kicking words like spurs in every verse to ensure that I be stirring you to the point of action, and I be impacting your mental faculties with facts. I'm tackling whack attractions that be catching short-sighted eyes under the sunrise. I'll be your unsung hero, packing a mic at my side, tied down. In every town I'm passing through, I got a job to do, so you better clear the streets for this western crew.
I'll wake, pack my tent away, get my stuff together, prepare supplies for another 8-bar endeavor. That's the distance I will travel, driving English like cattle across a white and blue plain, climbing over poets' terrain. A pen slinger with my thumb on the retractable end like a trigger, ready to write all over any outlaw that steps. A man of law with no fear, you probably heard, cleaning up this here parts like my name was Wyatt Earp.
We'll saddle in, I'm full galloping this verse like a black stallion, while whispering to souls, I'm ranching rhymes in a battalion of thought, roping raps to get you caught in my lasso, while rounding up heads like cattle to grab my name on them like tattoos. Horseback riding this track, bit back into the horizon, where I'm lapping like John Wayne with my hat, covering my eyes, waiting for the dust to settle as I sit back and watch the sunset. Till next time, thank you for tuning into this Pilgrim Western theme script.
We flick the whip when we spit from the tip of our lips. Don't trip, mics rip with no slip of the tongue. Unsung, the ones who begun to round up the lost heads under the sun. Yo, we flick the whip when we spit from the tip of our lips. Don't trip, mics rip with no slip of the tongue. Unsung, the ones who begun to round up the lost heads under the sun. Yo, we flick the whip when we spit from the tip of our lips. Don't trip, mics rip with no slip of the tongue. Unsung, the ones who begun to round up the lost heads under the sun.
I breathe in my surroundings and expand my diaphragm. Wrap my hand around this instrument to discharge solutions from my inner man. Not quite a veteran, not quite the better man. If I could, I would stay up late and entertain crowds like Letterman. But the opportunities ain't there, so I'll just keep trekking and rapping into my 10-track to relieve heads like Excedrin, who make an investment in my sessions and listen and observe my intentions as I walk, talk, and rock to make the Godhead nod with intelligence. Like the government, as I trudge through the crud, temporarily leaving permanent marks, journeying to reach my ceaseless residence at the eminence of Mount Zion summit. Then, but for now, I'll just plow with this mic over my shoulder and fill the pilgrim sack attached at the end with each recorded inspired moment. From my intellect, to my mouth, to my pen, to the sheet, expressing what I see, what I think, what I feel, and what I be, and becoming progressively, stepping backwards, sometimes selfishly, renouncing fleshly opportunities, and other times falling and announcing audibly that I'm sorry. Then making like a skater and busting something like a 180 ollie to change my direction and travel against the grain, up terrain, in the rain, cause of decisions I've made, and believe me, the precious pay, the precious pay. Well, what can I say? Tomorrow's another day where I'll find a better way to articulate the inside, from my lungs to the microphone, to the track, to the hard drive, to the CDR, to the DAT, to the post office, to my knapsack, to the vinyl press, to the record stack, dreaming out loud, but let the bird determine that. Cause I'm determined to see my raps on the map, like railways, major cities, points of interest, universities and highways, on the streets, in the workplace, at church, giving God praise, on the radio, at the lounges, different studios, laying V-takes. The name of the song is right in history, so excuse me, I have history to make. Trying to stop me would be equivalent to jumping in front of a train.
Rhymes adorned, and visions reborn, though times of thorn, we're sworn to carry mics over our shoulders in this foreign land. So understand if you can, this ain't a mystery with pens in hand, we're writing history. Rhymes adorned, and visions reborn, though times of thorn, we're sworn to carry mics over our shoulders in this foreign land. So understand if you can, this ain't a mystery with pens in hand, we're writing history.
I've got no time for taming my pen, my ink runs wild like a barbarian. I'm living out loud as this pilgrim progresses like John Bunyan Chronicle, making music, taking strides, going places I've never been, writing a journal while traveling through the sands of time. Poetical world shake illumin on the horizon, surprising cats with sneak ups of prophetic previews, providing you with more. I live in an epistle written and read by all men. The moment you think you got the story, a new page begins to open. Proofread from beginning to end to make sure I'm winning. So when I spend myself, I get my pennies worth for all I'm pouring in. Warring when I see the torrent streaming, trying to wash me off the beat and beating on my chest and asking me to let it in. I confess that's when my head begins to spin, but I tune in to all I know, and all I know I'm going to the other end, journeying, all the while building monuments in remembrance for all the events that left permanent imprints in my skin. Closer than a next of kin, how can that be? Thank you for asking, but the mental was not made with the capacity for grasping. Indelible marks made as I sat under the tree, when inside comes and says to me, come and see what I see. Now I be a history maker making history, go into each and every saying, come and see what I see. Yo, I be a history maker writing history, living before each and every praying. You'll see what I see. You'll see what
Rhymes
I see.
adorn, in visions reborn, though times of thorn was sworn to carry mics over our shoulders in this foreign land. So understand if you can, this ain't a mystery. With pens in hand, we're writing history, yo. Rhymes adorn, in visions reborn, though times of thorn was sworn to carry mics over our shoulders in this foreign land. So understand if you can, this ain't a mystery. With pens in hand, we're writing history, history. By the thought of regret stealing my rest, I feel pressed to get this off my chest. So I stress with every breath I invest in you, who wallow in your puddle of tears from all the years, complaining about the pain in your legs, chasing pieces, leaving you so weak and lame that you can no longer stand the thought of change. Now I don't claim to be an expert, but I felt pain and it hurts. Countless things left unsaid and undone because of old number one, who's become a slave to pride, rooted so deep inside, yet still it can't hide. Cause there ain't nothing concealed that won't eventually be revealed sometime, and you'll find that it never lies when it cries. It's sad tales of compromise and the tunes of a fallen angel who holds you in the fingertips of his feeble grip as he strips you of everything you got. But man, there's something that you got that no thief can take. That's each decision you make. So when life serves you the plate, don't forget your present state. When you heard this, take this insight to offer you and change your ways, and throw this back in the face of a society that birthed this. Don't wait for your life to break before you open your eyes to realize your mistakes. Don't wait for it all to fall before you find out that you had what it takes. Don't wait for your life to break before you open your eyes to realize your mistakes. Don't you wait for it all to fall before you find out that you had what it takes.
Well, sorrow sets when tomorrow gives way to yesterday. Therefore I keep my outlook wide, I'ma walk full stride. Far from perfect, but my talking is half as bad as the next man. Each day I strive to be a better man, hoping that regrets will never get the best of this man. Though days sometimes I wish I could relive all over again. Not letting time be an enemy, but more like a friend. Season it rather than it season me in the end. Where did the time go? See, days become weeks and weeks become months and months become years. Sitting rehearsing all the blood, sweat and tears, tracing time back like family trees to see what's hanging on the branches in place of our broken dreams having to live with. I wish I would've, I should've, maybe I could've, but time slipped through my fingertips. A good grip couldn't have held it, but now I'm left picking the pieces, trying to piece a puzzle. Why in the world did this happen to me? Failing to see that my destiny is injured on the door of opportunity. If I'm willing to accept it as my own and take it on, knowing the outcome will spawn upon me, or will tomorrow be a shadow of the past trying to haunt me? Don't wait for your life to break before you open your eyes and realize your mistakes. Don't wait for it all to fall before you find out that you had what it takes. Yo, don't wait for your life to break before you open your eyes and realize your mistakes. Don't wait for it all to fall before you find out that you had what it takes. It's like two opposing forces at work among my members, while a voice cries, get it together. From his seat in the theater,
as the movie plays on the big screen in my head, and he watches each decision, scenes of both my future and my past. Two paths, one inevitably leading to the destiny I must grasp. As the man in charge of running things sets up the wrong reels, and a picture displays displeasing the guy that paid for front row tickets to the greatest movie ever played. That same guy thinks why, cause previously he disposed of the reruns and purchased all the shares in the business except for one, and that one share will determine the success and profit of this enterprise that he bought with his life when he's seen its potential long before the misconception of ape evolving into man. Not to say it's a failure, but that last share is vital, but not for sale. It's the operation's greatest heritage with the property title, free will, that can only be signed over by the previous owner of all the shares. And I know him personally, and he can be stubborn at times and unaware that his decisions affect more than him. He actually wrote what's being said so that you can learn from his regrets, my regrets. God forbid that I should play this game in vain, while all along he's been telling me to refrain. But sometimes my ways are speaking too loud to hear wisdom and give it the time of day. But just the other day, a light turned on and I seen some change. How long will it last? Unfortunately till that great day or my body goes to the grave. But if it makes me a better husband and father, that's okay. I need to shut up and learn not to complain. I'm just being honest in hopes that you'll learn from my mistakes. And if I quit rapping, I'm not a sellout, so some say it was just for the better, so I can work on getting myself together. Don't wait for your life to break before you open your eyes to realize your mistakes. Don't wait for it all to fall before you find out that you had what it takes, yo. Don't wait for your life to break before you open your eyes to realize your mistakes. Don't wait for it all to fall before you find out that you had what it takes. Don't wait for your life to break before you open your eyes to realize your mistakes. Don't wait for it all to fall before you find out that you had what it takes. Don't wait for your life to break before you open your eyes to realize your mistakes, yo. Don't wait for it all to fall before you find out that you had what it takes. Sessions to open mic down in the dark room, developing 2 times spent in the daylight. I stay tight, never knowing if I'll collide into a Philistine uncircumcised, frontin' so I stay sharper than a guillotine. My team and I are feeling high, we start stealing time and filling it with emotional rhyme to soak into your skin like lotion. A sentimental moment to get you open. I'm hoping it'll deep seep, echo like repeat till we meet on the same page or wavelength. But like a stake makes its place in the ground, I'm staying rooted in the truth that I found. Recruited, undiluted, die hard with all cards on the tabletop in this culture of hip-hop. Parapoles, his weight on beats drop. Seeds sown for future reaping. I'm seeking for souls to set face with the music I'm releasing. Unleashing aggression and heat it up. Weighty Mic Sessions for the likes of those who like to sit and soak in rhyme expression. Refreshing the mic undauntedly with untainted poetry. There's no wonder why you can't touch these true MCs.
My pen yields its liquid life with deeper meaning, the words of a sage. I sit and watch the ink run as I pour my heart out on the page. So profound the sound of each and every thought as it trickles down from the depths of my soul, like holy blood that soaked the ground. So long ago, yet still it flows so fervent through my veins. Provoking changes, it invades my brain like a flame that can't be tamed. I grit my teeth and clench my fist, this force has gotta find release. So it heats up every verse I write and it burns on every beat.
As I meditate the instrumental, I grip my pencil and release all that's within me. With the gift to speak, I succumb to the one that's filled me with such capacity and entrusted me with a mic and such creative means to express the truth that was burned in me much more severe than 3rd degree. Wounding and killing me, ridding me of life as I knew it with his vain pursuits as I woke daily and wandered aimlessly in these stolen shoes till I wore out the soul. But I managed to break through, I bury the few do with the ability of a wrecking ball, leaving the past buried in a pile of debris and rubble along with this mental block. Picture and consider that before you challenge the reality of this cat. With each rap, I'm determined to get beneath your cap, or perhaps I'll tag your brain with my name and keep you in check with 1-2s, take you hostage and hold you at ballpoint with each saying as each note's playing. I'm laying it down to confound these cats who think they got it caged as I grace the stage in a rage of pure energy representing the ancient of days, whom I serve unashamed, who's placed me in this game to praise his name and reclaim hip-hop, snatching it away from its sad state as I cultivate the fruit of my expression in the vineyard of my imagination throughout sessions over drum patterns from the MPC 2000 on the Boss 10 track and sounds of deck condenser, reiterating my intentions to better the music with each endeavor, to sever microphones from all these complacent passive clones that refuse to submit to what they know. listen to with Weighty Mic Sessions.
Weighty Mic Sessions. Weighty Mic Sessions.
Weighty Mic Sessions. Each moment we make, time we take, no time to fake. Each rhyme we break through, giving you more to listen to with Weighty Mic Sessions.
Weighty Mic Sessions. Weighty Mic Sessions.
Weighty Mic Sessions. Yo, Weighty Mic Sessions ain't about the skill.
No, it's about the substance, man.
Word up, that substance is Christ.
Once upon a dream along the quest of life, I was a pilgrim who stopped to take a rest one night. As I was catching my breath, I was met by a man that was headed the wrong way toward the sunset. Following close behind, stumbled a host of blind men who spoke again and again of a land that they would someday find. If only they weren't blind, they would follow the signs. And yo, the leader had eyes, but he could not see, and he cleaved so desperately to a scroll that he could not read. And in the midst of my sleep, I felt grieved as I beheld what I believed to be a young child craving an identity, singing fabricated songs of freedom and happiness as he followed along after this poor pathetic picture of humanity. This is insanity, man. Can it really be? Yo, I don't get it, but forget it, cause it's only a dream. And when I open my eyes, it will fade as real as it seems. It will only be a memory, and that's all that I will ever let it be. Yo, I awaken, another place, and this ain't a place that I wanna be. I don't belong with a blind man, leads his blind friends to some place that they never seen. Yo, this is wrong with this lost child with no name, claims that he's never been so free. Gotta move on, here I stand, feeling the wind blow, knowing that it's all too real to be a dream. These are the fields of the fatherless. I said the fields of the fatherless. Beware of the fields of the fatherless. The fields of the fatherless.
Pour my heart out for the lost and mourn.
Deception and the lies, not surprised, tears cry as I ask myself why. Drug bars and mass scales, sex sales, smoke inhales, full jails, unjust courts granting criminal bails, abuse of all types, murder with a knife, man leaving wife for the passing pleasures of an affair, choosing death over life. From hate to rape to crime scenes blocked off with yellow tape, then those appointed to prevent it robbed to conceal it like a drape. From theft to joyrides, genocide to suicide, like Adolf Hitler and pandemonium for his dictatorship and pride. Mothers fried on cocaine, fathers drowning their sorrows of pain. After dark, cutting the cars, their minds stained with ill gain. Pornography at the corner store, teenagers fiending for more, hitting every joint in Toontown to see which hottie they can score. Premarital sex to pregnancies among kids 13 to 17, give or take. Abortion rates rising like big souffles. Children steered to think they're queer by teachers, family, and peers. Conscience seared, God not feared, though from mankind he cries out tears, lamenting at all the chanting, for it's not religious jargon that he's granting. Everything from Catholicism to Hinduism to humanism in our school system. Please listen, for the facts I speak are non-fiction. Families torn apart through anger and substance addiction. situation. Kids afraid of dad and moms, while hookers parade till night turns to dawn. Youth exposed to the sex trade, staying up late at night to tie up mom's veins as she pokes around with a secondhand syringe. 3 a.m. in the morning on a Ritalin binge, craving nicotine while others down the street smoke weed, crack, methamphetamine. To rich kids on the north end getting high on ecstasy, in a trance as they dance with waters of getting in that chick's pants. The hands full of viruses and violence and ambulance sirens. From the aboriginal to the church youth to the regular kid in high school, playing their parents as fools with the impression that they're cool. Lied to, told they need to find who they are. Quote, this is just an age and a stage that they go through, yet it leaves them scarred with hearts hardened to God. Yet in all my silent crying, I'm reminded of his dying and rising that promises hope to this helpless society. Dissipation, they run rapid like white water. Spaces are captivated by sin while stumbling to the slaughter. Senses null, here is dull and hearts are callous like bare feet while walking about. This whole planet, the one who made it is taken for granted. Vagabonds, roaming like Canaan, saying my brother's keeper. Meanwhile, stealing and cheating and lying and grabbing and backstabbing, living in these perilous times. Sometimes I'll go with sit in ashes, praying to the one who was beaten for me and took bruises and lashes. Still the good books overlook where the fountain of life is forsook. Masses meddle with past and pleasure, chasing the wind. What has been again, and sin again is made friend with the most civilized right through the barbarian. Many walk the chalk that aligns death, roaming like centurions and wearing masks to disguise their emptiness. It's funny how they hide behind their facades, guarding under the thoughts odd. How they can walk the broad while the world hurrahs and applauds. It's backwards, but the faster time accelerates, we see it penetrate. Right hesitates while wrong, still strong to twist man's better state. It's ignorance gone deceit as they meet in open streets and strut sin and conceit. And Harald, come join our fleet. I beat my chest as they suppress the voice crying inside.
Could this be? I've opened my eyes and seen the skies that have been darkened by the lies. My spirit hearkens to the cries of these empty lives that desperately strive to survive. Tell me, how can you survive when you ain't even alive? I seen that sin, the taskmaster, has captured so many slaves. They've been working overtime to find that death is the wage. And every age is the same thing, they're playing the same game. Everybody's losing, refusing to take the blame. I seen the legions aimlessly roaming through these regions of the damned, sinking deeper in the blood that floods the streets where they stand, until they find themselves drowning in the depths of despair, gasping for air, so unaware their saviors await the judge's chair. With what breath they have left, they cast a curse into the clouds. The smell of death and burning flesh is now what pleases the crowd. They're so lost, they're so blind, they never seen the light of day. You've had it with this madness, man, there's gotta be some better way.
The night gleams with serene scenes. I've seen life scattered and left picking the pieces of broken dreams shattered, battered and torn. I fell victim to the scorn. I've tasted what it had and now I have to speak my peace inside the storm. Where do we start? How do we convey it? Will they even see it? When we pour our hearts out, will they pick up the rock or stumble on it? Will the pride keep from it? Will act darker and push them to walk opposite? Man, all this ish we have to put up with is retarded. Please pardon my language. Will they face up, let up, stand up, give up when they're hit up with reality? Cause all this hurt has me filled up to the brim with all these tragic situations, lives deteriorating, not anticipating future expectation, this unseen hope that's thrown at them, but they're missing. What to do with this vexation is the question that I'm facing. Yo, I know that there's an answer, but the how is what I'm chasing. But suddenly, a peace settles inside, making way to my mind. I wipe the tears from my eyes. Light split the sky, Yahweh had heard every cry, but before something could live, something had to die. Light splits the sky, Yahweh has heard your cry, but before you can live, yo, you have to die. Light split the sky, Yahweh had heard every cry, but before something could live, something had to die. Light splits the sky, Yahweh has heard your cry, but before you can live, yo, you have to die.
mic. Here's something to think about. When you limit the music, you're limiting yourself. Don't be fooled.
Did you ever stop to consider what I've said before you peeled off the back of that sticker and adhered it to my forehead? If you think for a sec that my sect is inferior to yourself and the rest, think again and step, and may the best man stand. Then again, if you choose not to or you can't, do yourself a favor. Don't limit me to the capacity of your intellect and close God's hand. I know that you have the ability to hear and understand, but you refuse to stand under and expand beyond what your senses demand. And as a result, you've banned me and got a restraining order from the law that governs what you receive, how you think and believe. Your perception is an unqualified parts person working overtime to package me in my rhyme, shipping them far from your mind. To your relief, with the packing slip stamped, rejected, before you even took the time to carefully inspect it. Your opinions can't move me inches. You need to invest in a forklift to put me in storage when you're finished.
Boxes
in your perception, both sides squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, both sides squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, both sides squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, both sides squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please.
Yo, let me out, I'm screaming loud inside this misconception. Your deception keeping you from looking in my direction, holding me back from blessing, correcting your perception. With every session, the offspring of my connection to a higher source of inspiration, forming the foundations of these sound formations that bear some subliminal signs of my frustrations. When this light emanates from its place in my heart, casting shadows of these bars on your face, how does it taste to be confined within your own mind? Cause I find I'm not the captive here, but the one holding the keys. Still I'm feeling squeezed as the dust collects on this case where I was placed before these sound waves ever made their way to this track. Yo, I was packed inside this whack little box, and here I now rock. I'm feeling boxed.
Boxes in your perception, both sides squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, both sides squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, both sides squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, both sides squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxed in the column categorized under a so-called genre. You fill the space, I'm placed in your perception on the shelf. Back burn on my tracks burn, cause the exception of a Christian cat is considered less than the average hip-hop on the map. Though my rap get in cat skin, they're in your peel back when they allow me to impact them, hanging on each word as I sack them with my sack of rhymes. But don't undermine my linesman in these times, so you be looking for track 10 on my album, playing the game rewind. My heart is open while wishing for all to look inside, but your own affections are keeping you restricted and not mine. Packaging your perception, four-sided squeeze. Seems that my raps are less palatable to those already preconceived. My audible delicacies, however, will still be on CDs, or link to our webpage to catch our tunes on MP3, or peep us up on stage, rocking rhymes aggressively, or whatever the case may be, just take the limitations off me. Boxes in your perception, four-sided squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, four-sided squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, four-sided squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, four-sided squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxed.
I'm feeling boxed. I'm feeling boxed. I'm feeling boxed. I'm feeling boxed.
Boxes in your perception, four-sided squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, four-sided squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, four-sided squeeze. Take the limitations off me, please. Off me, please. Boxes in your perception, four-sided squeeze. Take the limitations off me. Yeah.
Braille, dropping rhymes like headache, come on. It's not over. Nah.
it's not over till our flashing breath ceases. It's not over till we collect the missing pieces. It's not over till this earth melts down and freezes. It's not over, it's not over, it's not over till the final word is stated. It's not over till we're face to face with the greatest. It's not over till we accomplish all we're made for. It's not over, nah, it's not over. If this is the last rhyme I ever write, then this verse will be the last words I ever speak, so please listen. This is all of me, condensed in a sentence, heard audibly. When my life and my music unite in perfect harmony. It's not over till my love is shared. The love I received when I was lost and unaware. This love starts with my family, but never ends, it's limitless. This life is not my own, I won't be the one to finish it. Right now I'm focused on many options. I wanna raise a son, plus travel the world rocking a microphone, making a difference, cause if not, why do I exist? It's more to life than hip-hop, I discovered it yesterday. Uncovered the mystery, saw past the surface, sat silent and watched the world spin. Watched people live and felt compelled to contribute something that'll last to help us understand the truth. It's not over till our flashing breath ceases. It's not over till we collect the missing pieces. It's not over till this earth melts down and freezes. It's not over, it's not over, it's not over till the final word is stated. It's not over till we're face to face with the greatest. It's not over till we accomplish all we're made for. It's not over, nah, it's not over.
There's many directions in my mind's rhyme collections. I'll be catching your attention as a sort of new dimensions. Ascension, no apprehension, intentions with no pretensions. And what you hear is what you'll get. And don't expect to find it's limited by time or confined within the limits of your average guidelines. Cause after every era's heard the fat lady sing it, y'all count on the fact that we'll still be bringing
No, raise the bar, there's no need to play limbo. With my lingo, each single song brought is starting inclined to make you tingle as I mingle with mics with plans to land on higher heights and sights not yet seen using nights. Sometimes to the point of sleep deprivation, till my wife is on my case, until she gets the thrill of thriving on what I'm creating. Exceeding your expectation with every beat I lace with speech, and maximizing each and every time I'm entwined in rhyme retreats.
It's not over till our flashing breath ceases. It's not over till we collect the missing pieces. It's not over till this earth melts down and freezes. It's not over, it's not over, it's not over till the final word is stated. It's not over till we're face to face with the greatest. It's not over till we accomplish all we're made for. It's not over, nah, it's not over.
The sky's the limit. Destiny brought this forth and we'll see it through till it's finished. The work's tremendous, but God's grace is endless, crammed with purpose, with priceless dividends for the listener. Speaking life into mics, leaving timeless imprints and fingerprints on equipment, which equip us to rip, ripping you from your ignorance with each beat per minute. Produced by Muneshine, as we invent it with light-headed, bringing substance as we submerge past the surface. Rebirthing hip-hop and immersing it with fire from our lips, inspiring to take it higher out of the muck and mire into the hands of our sire, transfiguring it with the infinite to shape-shift cats who fiend for the real ish. Although this is it, we're just getting started with the movement, moving you as we move our pen with more strength than 10 men to the end, to transcend you beyond the norm with the help of wax reform to our zone where it's never over, yo.
It's not over till our flashing breath ceases. It's not over till we collect the missing pieces. It's not over till this earth melts down and freezes. It's not over, it's not over, it's not over till the final word is stated. It's not over till we're face to face with the greatest. It's not over till we accomplish all we're made for. It's not over, nah, it's not over, it's not over till our flashing breath ceases. It's not over till we collect the missing pieces. It's not over till this earth melts down and freezes. It's not over, it's not over, it's not over till the final word is stated. It's not over till we're face to face with the greatest. It's not over till we accomplish all we're made for. It's not over, nah, it's not over, it's not over, it's not over, it's not over.
Poetic, pilgrims, and lightheaded.
It's not over, it's not over, it's not over.
Wax reform, yeah.
It's not over, it's not over, it's not over, nah, it's not over.